it's Stephanie and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to plot a book together, or at least start plotting a book together. So this is going to be the first video in a new series that I'm documenting, and it's all about brainstorming, plotting, and outlining a new book together. So I first saw this on Bethany Atazadeh's channel when she did a live streaming event with her followers on plotting a book together. She had them fill out a survey, and then she would do a live stream going over the results and start putting together a potential future story that she would then write. I had a lot of fun watching it happen, and I've always wanted to do a choose your own adventure type of book, and this kind of feels like a step into that. It also just sounds like a lot of fun to do a project with all of you guys. I'm not exactly sure how long this series is going to end up being, but I figured we can potentially have our first live stream on March 17th or March 24th. March 24th, I was already planning on doing a all-day write-a-thon type of scenario, so I'm already planning on live streaming that day. And March 17th, I just really have nothing to do other than make corned beef and cabbage. So those are two potential dates that we could get together for our first meeting to go over the responses and suggestions that were picked out in the first survey by all of you. And yes, I said first survey because this first survey is all about figuring out what type of romance subgenre we want to write, potential tropes, save the cat story genres, type of magical beings, etc. And then once we have all of those elements figured out, we can do surveys on characterization, world building, and plotting. So, how did this all come about? Well, for the past week, I've had this urge, this dire need to write something that had magical elements and an anti-hero or villain love interest. I haven't been able to focus on anything else other than this little tiny nugget of a potential story. But I can't start writing it because this is literally all I know about it, is that I want magical elements and I want the love interest to be an anti-hero or a villain. Those are the two main things. And obviously that it would be a romance because that's what I write. I write in the romance genre. Now the subgenre, that's all up to you. I have a bunch of different fantasy subgenres that we could toy with, a paranormal, dystopian, sci-fi. The world is your oyster. So when I was doing an impromptu writing sprints live stream, I was talking about this idea and how I couldn't get it out of the forefront of my mind. I couldn't focus on anything else. I'm currently in the middle of writing a contemporary romance and a different fantasy romance, and for some reason the only thing that kept coming to my mind was this little nugget of an idea, and it just keeps pestering me. It won't let me focus on anything else. And I said, how cool would it be to do some brainstorming together? So I went to work on the first survey. So the object of this project is to outline a book together, and I will work on writing the first draft, and I will post it on my Patreon and possibly Kindle Vella, because I've kind of been slightly intrigued by trying Kindle Vella again. I know that they're changing a few things on it, but I'm still a little intrigued, and this might be a good way of trying it out again. But in doing this brainstorming project together, it could also be a kickstart for some potential ideas for you that will help you writing your own stories. Because no one story with the same plot is the same. And that's the beauty of creative writing. Think about all of the different books that are a retelling of the same story. All of the Romeo and Juliet retellings, all the Hades and Persephone retellings, all of the Pride and Prejudice retellings, all of the Beauty and the Beast retellings. They're all different in a different way, but they have a few key core elements that are the same. But not every story is the same. And that is so beautiful to me. So once we've gone through the surveys and at the end of the brainstorming sessions, I'm probably going to be putting together a brainstorming document template that you can use for your own brainstorming sessions on some of your projects or some of your future projects. All you have to do is fill out the survey. Over in my Discord community, I've already posted the link to the questionnaire, which is down below in this video. And there is also a channel over there where you can ask questions about the series or leave comments on what you'd like to see in future surveys or what you'd like to see in this project as a whole. Now, some of these resources that I've been using to create these questions are based off of Romancing the Beat by Gwen Hayes, Save the Cat Writes a Novel by Jessica Brody, either the first book in the series or this YA one. The YA one does have a little bit more in the back dealing with some series if you're interested in that. I'm also going to be touching base with using butter in the book, which is essentially the universal fantasies. And so that is based off of Seven Figure Fiction by T. Taylor, and she came out with this universal fantasy list on romance. And these are just like really great resources to figure out what you can put in your book that gives it that extra goodness, and she describes it as butter. We'll also be talking about tropes. So I've got the Trope Thesaurus by Jennifer Hilt, the Tropoholics Guide to Internal Romance Tropes and External Romance Tropes by Cindy Dees, and Romance Character Tropes by Jessica Barber and Tara G. Ericson. Some other resources is obviously Bethany Atazadeh, who is the main inspiration of me wanting to do a series like this. It looked like a lot of fun for her and for her community, so definitely check out her YouTube channel because she's not only a really cool person, but she's also a really great resource for the writing community as a whole. Another YouTuber that I'm going to be probably taking some inspiration from is Abby Emmons, specifically with her outlining playlist. In general, all of her YouTube videos are really great, but I'm probably going to be taking a look at her outlining playlist because she does a really great job at explaining what like the inciting incident is and the pinch points and so on and so forth. All of these resources I have linked down below, as well as the questionnaire for you guys to fill out. So are you ready to get started with this fun experiment? Great, because I cannot wait. I think this is going to be so much fun, and honestly, I think it's just going to kickstart a lot of ideas just in general for everyone. If you're not a part of the Cozy Corner Discord server that I've built for my community, where we talk about writing, reading, and other nerdy and fun things, go ahead and click that link that's down below. We're a fun little group, and it's super cozy, casual, and it's just a place for all of us to hang out. I really enjoyed building this community up, and I really appreciate every single one of you. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It helps people see this video, and it lets me know that you guys like this kind of content. And if you're not a subscriber and you'd like to be, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I truly, truly appreciate it. But that's going to be all for now. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, happy writing.
Side by side we sway there in all the colors.